6, 7, 8. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 6, 7. Where are my people at? Does anyone jump on live at this time of the day? Wow, this is the most boring live of my life. Where are my souls at? Yellow. Yellow, red, blue, orange. Aren't you glad I'm the only one in my life? Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, well, if no one is gonna be here, I'm gonna read. I'm going to read. Yo. What is good? Late night live session. Where are my people at? Where are the people? It's been a slow. It's been a slow. So that probably has something to do with it. Yeah, where are my people at? Where are the souls? Where are my souls at? I've literally just been sitting here counting numbers. Yeah, thinking I might read or something. Where are my people? Mr. Lopez, thank you for being here. Welcome. You are very welcome here. This is a safe space. Yeah, just the two of us. That's a pretty good song. Where are the souls? Where are they? Quiet evening. A very quiet evening. This is a super popular live. I'm pretty sure that's manufactured. That is a manufactured statement. What is it based on? Truth? Reality? Who knows? Not I. I'm in top D5, top 99%. What is good? a soul, you should join my live. If you have a soul, you should join my live. Oh wait, I guess no one has souls. Everyone is soulless. Oh wait, you have a soul, Mr. Castle or Miss Castle. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. That's very kind, very pleasant, very nice, very sweet. I appreciate that. I'm out here in the stratosphere looking for souls. And perhaps there are souls that are looking for me, because why would I be here if there weren't souls looking for me? I have a feeling I'm going to connect with one special person this evening. And that special person is you, on the other side of the screen. This isn't ASMR apparently, because I just keep whispering into the mic. Thank you for joining, and thank you for exiting. I appreciate both. Come as you may, leave as you please. Yes. What is good? I could scream. Lol, ASMR, what is good? That's what I'm talking about. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, for sure. Can always count on my Ethan, because here we are. It's you and me. Let's go. Let's go. Ascension. Soul. Ascension. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All souls are welcome. All souls belong together. Ethan, I've been learning some crazy weird stuff today. Like, bend your mind into, fold your mind into your mind. Like your mind folding into it. Okay, let me tell you. Essentially, you probably know about some of this stuff, and like, I'm trying to figure more of it out because it doesn't make sense to me and I just don't know enough. And then when I try to figure it out, it still makes less sense. But the idea of parallel universes, parallel realities, and how time is only something that we created to help us out, but there's no such thing as time. There's actually no such thing as time. Everything folds into itself. Essentially, with the parallel universes, from my understanding, how that works is like every decision you and I make, any decision that we make, okay, throughout our days, and there's another person that makes the opposite decision. So, for example, whatever you decided today that you made decisions on, it's like, okay, I'm gonna wear these shoes. Well, there's a person in a parallel universe that decided to wear the other shoes that you were choosing between. So bizarre. Or like our personalities as well. Like, for example, I don't drink alcohol. So there's another person out there who's choosing to drink alcohol because I don't drink alcohol. Like, I don't know if I'm even making sense, but the other thing is, it's essentially like any decision that we make, the opposite decision is being chosen by someone else. And it's like, does that come from the same person that's making, it's like our opposite doppelgänger, doppel whatever, or is it not? Or is it just any of the humans or anyone in the universe, not just in ours? Right? I'm like, okay, if I'm choosing XYZ, then does that mean someone else has like a horrible life if they're choosing the opposite of me? Like, I feel kind of bad. I don't know. Technically opposite. I think it's just based on your two decisions. If you're like, okay, I want to eat this salad or this hamburger, and you decide on the hamburger, then someone else is eating the salad. I don't know. It just... I try to always be on the better end of things, as you should. And you should keep striving for that with sympathy for yourself. But yeah, isn't that bizarre? I'm like, what the heck? The other thing is, oh, so time is not true. Like, there's no such thing as time. We have made this up to help us navigate life. So that means that our present, past, and future they're all happening at once. And we can kind of direct things slightly, but not really. It's like everything kind of is happening at one time, technically. My mind is like folding into itself. Anything by Dolores Cannon, I'll tag it in my Amazon storefront. You can get to my Amazon storefront link from my YouTube. I'll tag all of her books. I have just a bunch of books already. Well, maybe like 10 or so on there, but yeah, you should definitely check it out. Dolores Cannon, all of my weird spiritual things that I know and learn and trust are from Dolores Cannon. Welcome, thank you guys for joining. We're doing very well. My guy Ethan. Yeah, so I'll make a note of that to put Dolores Cannon on my... Yeah, she's freaking... Like, my mind bends. My mind bends. Your mind will bend too, you'll love it. It's very easy to read, but it's also, like, very thought-provoking. You know? It has a lot of stuff, all spirituality and stuff like that. So, yeah, you'll love it. I'll add it to my storefront. Yeah, she has like a ton of books. She's since passed on, but yeah, very, very fun. Welcome, thank you guys for joining. We're just talking about Dolores Cannon. Oh yeah, you about to unlock the universe, boy. You about to unlock the universe. That's what we do out here. That's what we do out here. It's bizarre, and you'll start to you'll feel way more at peace. Your soul will settle more and feel more at peace with your current moments because of this information. I promise you that. How do I know? Because that's what I felt myself. And it resonates on a soul level. This information resonates, and you're like, okay, yeah. Welcome, Claudio Romanowski, and goodbye. Essentially, what Dolores Cannon does to get her information is she regresses people into a quantum hypnotic state, and then through the subconscious, she's able to connect with higher energies on the other side, in the other realm. Thank you for the heart, that's very sweet. So, she can connect with people on higher realms, and what happens is she just collects all these audios of her regressing her clients, and the crazy thing is, she's regressed hundreds and hundreds of people, hundreds of clients, right? And yet, the information that she would receive would not vary between these clients. So anyways, it's like, it's crazy. But if you think about it, all knowledge that we have in the 3D physical, all books, all everything, has been brought down from the divine, from quantum, like higher mind intelligence. You can even write full books, which people do this all the time. I'm out of books right now, so I'll pick one up. Oh yeah, it's phenomenal, my weird. Life is weird. Yeah. So, yeah, my mind is like folding into itself. Oh, and we can bend reality, like energy, towards whatever we want to bend it towards, which you already probably kind of knew that. That's like, everyone calls it different things, like, oh, manifestation, or this and that, but we have, like, ridiculous powers that we don't really tap into on a daily. I think as long as I've had time connecting with people these days, so I read a lot and keep to myself a lot. Yeah, I feel that. You're not alone. Like, I'd much rather read books than... But this is me and you. Look at us. We're getting out of our comfort zones. Getting connected with community of like-minded people, which there are people out there. Yeah. This is just the beginning, too, because I know for a fact there's more people out there. My follow base is quite small at the moment, but it has been gaining small, like, rifts of momentum with consistency. What do you think of my content? Like, I know my videos are kind of, like, silly sometimes, but I'm trying to make sure that I can... I'll be a day one. You are a day one, all day. You know, perhaps, too, it's possible that you and I have known each other in past lifetimes as well. But that's beside the point. Yeah, I wanted to see what your feedback is on my content. My goal is to drop wisdom nuggets that are digestible for a wide audience. And I do like humor and wit. So I try to keep it like punchliney or choppy, like witty one-liners. Let me know if you have any feedback there, or if you think I should like go a different route. Oh, that's so nice. That's literally like the best compliment ever. I gotta screenshot that. That's so nice. I'm gonna put you on like my, what's it called, like a testimonial. You know, look what my fan base says. My soul base. My soul fam. That's literally so nice. I appreciate that. I need to put out more long form content. I've been cooking up a really good video for Charlie Kirk, but I kind of have too much information. I almost need to like reel it in a little bit, so I'm a little spread out with the amount of information I have. Yeah. I want to do another video too on energy, right? I want to do a video on energy. Yeah, I hear you. You should do it on whatever makes you light up, whatever that might be. And if you don't have something, if you're like, okay, I don't know what it is, or maybe you have too many things, you're like, I have like 10 things I could go off of. You could do all of them, or if you don't know, you could always sit in meditation and you can like pray about it for one, ask source to show you, or to tell you or give you signs. When you ask in this universe, you receive, right? So first you speak into existence, hey, this is what I want, need, and am looking for. then you listen. You can listen through meditation, or you can, whatever it might be dreams. You can get downloads. Everyone is kind of different on how they can get specific downloads from higher intelligence. But yeah, ask and it will be given, so you just pray about it or speak it out into existence and ask for it. And you will be shown, because you have unique gifts and you're here for a reason, or else you would not be here. You know? If you were not, every single person is manifested, which I've talked about this in my own videos, but we're all manifested through desire and want and need. There is a desire and a need right now for the spiritual side of things, for me to help bring and anchor some of that information to the public reality. So that's why I'm here, right? So same thing with you. You have specific unique gifts. Maybe it's art, maybe it's caring for others, having empathy for others, whatever it might be your gifts are, that you can utilize to give back and to help elevate consciousness collectively. So, which is pretty freaking cool. Pretty freaking cool. Oh, something else I learned today. There are people in our lives that are technically like in the background. Essentially, if our life, for example, is a movie, there are people that are technically background people, like in a play, like lower consciousness. Isn't that bizarre? These people can also elevate in consciousness slowly over time, but they're just not, and they're a part of our movies. So when we think things into existence, we're like, oh, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and there's probably gonna be people there. Our own personal movies, brother. Our own personal movies. You and me right now we're the main characters of our movies. Yeah. And then what happens is a lot of the main characters in your movie, for example, maybe it's a close friend or family member, those are real higher consciousness human beings that are real, right? But there are lower consciousness human beings that are just like fillers based off of what we project in our own minds. My movie isn't very accurate. I feel that. That's okay. It doesn't need to be. Yeah, like life is so bizarre. It really is so bizarre. The more you know, too, the more it's just like, what is going on? Bizarre. Oh yeah. Yep. Amen. Gratitude is the attitude. Gratitude is the attitude to have, I'm telling you, which you already know. Gratitude is the attitude. That is the beginning seed of everything amazing in life, is gratitude. That is the seedling. When you have gratitude, you can literally have anything else. I know the time. Hey, this is how I know you're at day one. My 27 minutes is up. That's so funny. You know, I can extend for a few minutes here. I just want to hit at least like a minimum requirement, so that way I can have a healthy algo, a nice little algorithm. Yeah, so anyways, what were we talking about? How freaking bizarre life is. Exactly. Preaching. You're preaching to the preacher. example, the dark side is like when people siphon your energy. Siphon it. Like, and then you feel exhausted and you can't like pour into yourself because someone else is siphoning your energy. You know what the sick, disgusting, nasty part of that is when someone siphons your energy. What happens? So they're taking your energy, and what are they doing? They're going out and they're using it. They siphon your energy, and then they go out into the world and they're attracting specific things based off of the energy you've given them, which is called using you. It's dark, brother. You gotta protect your energy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do a video on that because so many times in my life I have been siphoned, which you can probably relate because I know you were telling me you were getting into the Satanic Bible to protect yourself. Like, I feel that. Yeah, it's necessary. It's like, right? Energetically, our energy is actually so precious, and we have all the time. Other people understand this on a subconscious level. They might not be able to articulate it as perhaps I might be able to. However, on a subconscious level, humans do understand energy and will try to manipulate and take advantage when they can, if that's the type of person they are. Who said it? Elon Musk quotes it all the time. Yeah. Elon Musk quotes it all the time. I don't know if it was like Aristotle or Pluto or whatever, one of those like ancient philosophers that said nature abhors a vacuum, which is true with pretty much anything in nature and energy. So if darkness can suck out more of other people's energy, then it will. Essentially, that's kind of what the quote means. Many things, but it's crazy. Yeah. But yeah. You want me to pull a tarot card for you? Ask me a question. I have my tarot cards right here if you want. Welcome, you guys. We're doing ASMR, talking about all things spirituality. Okay, ask me a question. What do I do? I'm not laughing at you, brother. I'm laughing with you. That's awesome. What do I do? Do you have a specific sector or pillar within that question? Like, are you talking about work or purpose? Or are you talking about family or friends? What do I do in which pillar of your life? Relationships, finance? I'm gonna give this a little shuffle. Can you still hear me? Welcome, you guys. We decided to transition from speaking about spirituality to pulling a tarot card. Thank you for being here. What do I do? Okay, well, let's see. What should Ethan do? My guy. Can I ask something like if I'm on the right path? I've never done this. I like the honesty. Don't be nervous. You're actually well protected in this space because my angels don't play games. The energetics on the other side that are surrounding me do not play no games. So you're safe. looks like you've been really striving for some balance in your energy, which you're on path with that. Let's see. I keep getting a few of the knights in reverse, so I'm feeling like you might be a little bit harsh on yourself with this. Because as you and I were discussing earlier, time is an illusion. And so I think it's really important for you right now to kind of quiet any noise of pressures externally that are trying to say you should be here by now. Try to quiet some of that noise. And of course, a good way to do this is my favorite combo, which is to pray and then do a little bit of silent meditation. When I do silent meditation, I always like kind of open my eyes here and there, like look around the room and kind of let my eyes fall on specific things and take those symbols and signs and synchronicities as well. Yeah, you for sure set the bar pretty high, which is something you should do. And as humans, you know, we're wired to build. We are wired to create. We are wired to produce. We are wired to get things done. And that is why when we feel like we haven't got enough done, we are hard on ourselves. So, I'd say sometimes it's good to slow down to speed up. And that it does seem like you're going towards the right directions, maybe even if you don't think that you are. Let's see what else comes through. So what else I'm thinking of is like, you can't really make a wrong decision. That's probably not what you want to hear, but you really can't make a wrong decision. And the reason I say that is because you have a specific energy, and your energy naturally has you inclined, piquing interest towards specific things. One thing to remember is you and I, everyone has spirit guides on the other side. And you can tap into that energy and have them help you. Here's what it would look like. You would say, my sovereign spirit guide energy, should make it very clear to me what path I should be on. A lot of times our own thoughts that we think are ours are actually a download from the spirit realm of what we should do and where we should go. So what does that mean? It means trusting your intuition. Men have intuition as well. When you're being led to make specific decisions, trust that you're on the right path. So I'd say having more faith in yourself and not cross-comparing yourself to anyone else. Ever. Because this is your soul's journey, not anyone else's. Yeah, and then just take forceful action on what you know in your heart is divinely right. Take fiery action on that balance. The other thing I would look at is your star chart. So like your birthday. definitely peeking through in the cards too, for sure. That's definitely coming through. Because this card came out twice. The Chariot, you see how balanced that is with the black and white at the base. Balanced energies. What I was gonna tell you, this helped me out a lot. Which is, actually I can just do it for you. Well, you'd have to give me your birthday, the place and time you were born, if you want. But essentially what you would do is you can run it into like Grok or ChatGPT, put your birthday, put the time you were born, so you need your birth certificate. If you don't know that information, it's on your birth certificate, and the place. Okay, so these three items you want to put into AI and ask with those pieces of information, please evaluate my chart and tell me if I'm on the right path. Here's what I'm currently doing. Is this in alignment with my chart, or is there something else that you're seeing in my chart that I need to be in alignment with? That's how I actually officially made the decision to step out of real estate. So I did this myself. I put in my information, my birthplace, my birth date, and my birth time, and I had ChatGPT run all the different, run my chart and look through it and stuff and tell me, like, what is my highest timeline, because it's written in the stars. The stars snapshot the date you were born, the time that you were born, is a snapshot of energy in the constellation. Yeah, that makes sense, because the Chariot is also a Cancer ruled card. That makes sense. So you are very intuitive. You are emotionally intuitive. You are very outgoing. Yeah, that's good. You're probably a homebody. So, essentially, to give you an example with how I stopped, I finally stopped. I was like, okay, I'm going to get out of real estate, because I can get very far in real estate because I'm smart and I can have conversations with people. But if I wanted to step into my most abundant, highest timeline, what's in the stars, which is pretty freaking dope, is what I'm doing right here with you right now. What's in the stars in my birth chart is essentially speaking on spiritual topics, on taboo topics. This right here puts me into my highest timeline, which is just the start of that. But sharing my wisdom with the world and being seen in a highly, in not only a performative way, like I'll do little silly things here and there, right? I'm kind of performative, but I'm also extremely intelligent. So mixing those two combos of performative with intelligence and putting my information out into the world is my highest timeline. And how I know that is through, what was it? I think it's your 10th house or something. Your 10th house. Mine is like Gemini. So Gemini is communication with others. And then looking at the rest of my birth chart, the taboo side of life, the spirituality side of life is like my Scorpio moon. And there's other placements in my chart that lean towards high intellect on the spiritual side. So yeah, basically I highly recommend making sure you can plug that information into like Grok, which is through the X platform with Elon Musk, or through ChatGPT, and have them run like, hey, what's my highest timeline, and then go for that. My highest timeline is literally being potentially a spiritual teacher. Like, that's my highest timeline. That's the timeline where I would make the most money, where I'd be the most fulfilled, where I would have my dream life. Not real estate. Real estate was a gateway to my highest timeline, though, you see. So sometimes we're not on our highest timeline, but it leads to your highest timeline, which is pretty cool. Because being in real estate is still talking to people and helping them make decisions in their lives, but it's from an aspect of the 3D physical, not the 5D plus spiritual side. You hear me? So, yeah, find your birth certificate, and if you can't find it, you're gonna have to order it because it's important. This information will help you like tenfold as far as exactly the route you should be taking. And yeah, your interests though are linked to your highest timeline. Like I would bet money that right now there's something in your life that is linked to your highest timeline, and it's a matter of just growing that sector, whatever that might look like. Like for me, what was one thing I was doing while I was in real estate? I was reading spiritual texts while I was in real estate. I would always be like deep into some type of weird spiritual book while I was selling houses and stuff. So, and did I know at that time that I was supposed to transition into being a spiritual teacher? No, I didn't know at that time. I was just like, exactly, I was very passionate about it, and I've grown in, I was following my inclinations. I was letting myself indulge in what I enjoy, right? I enjoy reading obscure things that are true. I enjoy being like helpful to people as well who are potentially struggling in any, specific way. If I can help them out, then that's fulfilling to me on a large scale. So yeah, so I would bet money that right now you are doing something in your life that is linked to your highest timeline, and you might not be able to put your finger on it just yet, but you'll be able to very soon. Follow your intuition, follow the things that really make you light up. You got it. The thing is, where you are at currently is a stepping stone towards your highest timeline. Which is awesome. People across the world are wanting to co-host again. Like, sorry. We're anchored into the USA. Yeah, so, yeah, you're gonna want to find your birth certificate, or if you can, speak to your biological mother. I don't know what your family dynamics are, but get that information. Yeah, report back. That's your homework. Oh, shoot, Frater, what up, brother? What's Gucci? We out, cha. We're doing a little ASMR. What's good? We've been talking about so many things, kind of ridiculous. I appreciate all the love. Yeah, Ethan and I have been talking about a plethora. Currently, we're talking about running your birthday, your birth time, and your place that you were born into either Grok on X or to ChatGPT to figure out what your highest timeline is, and it'll give you all the details. It's so beautiful. For example, I'm right now sitting with you guys right here in my highest timeline. This is technically my highest timeline. Ethan's, you're literally, he's gonna find his birth certificate to get to his info and run it through ChatGPT for that highest timeline. But I can tell you right now, every single one of us is doing something in our lives that is a stepping stone towards your highest timeline, towards your most fulfilling, most successful, most abundant parallel universe. But yeah, we've been talking about some crazy things tonight. Like, I don't know how much you know about time, but time is literally just a construct. You don't celebrate your birthday, especially the birthday song. That's okay. What? Fire should be snuffed out. So, essentially, it doesn't matter, like, birthdays are kind of almost is relevant is the snapshot of the stars and the energy that the stars and the constellations have within the exact second of your birth time as to where you're positioned. It gives you a lot of your karmic, it gives you a lot of your karmic things and lessons that you're trying to, like move through, move past, or learn whatever your soul is trying to learn, your tikkun. And the Kabbalah, it's all about the tikkun, soul correction. Anyway, so the stars essentially show you what your highest timeline is as well, based off of that energy, because all of us have very specified energy that we carry with us from our previous lifetime into this lifetime. And it also connects into future lifetimes as well. Decisions that you make right now affect your next lifetime, which is wild. For example, I was talking with my aunt. She's a therapist and she's older. She's like, I don't know why, I just feel really called to get my master's. And so, of course, I ran all of her information through ChatGPT to see what her highest timeline is and what her previous archetypes of her past life were and what her future archetypes are. And ChatGPT was like, okay, based off this information, her future archetypes can be that she is a pioneer within the psychological space, where she's going to have a very easy life in her next lifetime, way less stress, and she's going to utilize all the information from her current lifetime and previous lifetimes to be able to build some type of either platform or be like some type of pioneer in the space of therapy in her next life. And so one way that you can bring in and close that gap faster is through knowledge, because we don't lose knowledge, guys. We can recall upon it in our next lifetimes. When you see that someone has a gift and you're like, dang, they're so good at singing, or dang, they're so good at dancing, or dang, they're so good at speaking, or whatever it might be, and people are like, oh, it's a natural, it's a talent. They're just born out the womb with that. Yeah, it's a talent because in previous lifetimes they perfected these talents. They were once really bad at whatever they are really good at today, and they perfected these talents, and they bring them into their next lifetimes and become like prodigies or whatever within that space. Bizarre. But yeah, for example, with myself, some of my previous archetypes in my past lives. Sorry, let me actually see what you guys are saying here. So we're charged, yes, because we can't ascend once we are unalive. We must ascend while we are alive. No, so yeah. So here's the thing with soul ascension is it's a vibration. It's like, how should I say this? In school, how there's grades, and it's like when you're at a specific intelligence level, you can get to another grade, or skip a grade if you're at a specific intelligence level. Exact same thing in the spiritual realm, and in our lifetimes here. What happens is, as we up-level our consciousness intentionally, grow our consciousness together intentionally, your vibration and frequency also increases, and you can be in those higher astral realms, out of the lower dimensional 3D issues and trauma and all that bullcrap that no one wants to be in, right? What was I going to tell you guys though? Oh yeah, so like a few of my previous archetypes. Monks rather prefer to be in meditation via the material realm. 100%. And meditation helps you to transmute energy. Meditation is an amazing practice because you can transmute and you can actually get rid of previous karmas and stuff too. How do you do that? It's not to say, hey, you can do anything bad you want and you can just meditate and it's erased from your karma. It's not to say that that's not true, but what is true is when you meditate and focus on the pain that you cause someone else in whatever scenario, okay, you feel their pain and you transmute it and you internalize, I'm learning a lesson from this. is like spinning at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Essentially, so to clear karma, if you want to clear karma without having to live it out in the 3D, you can utilize meditation, going back to these specific moments in your life where you know you wronged someone, and you can feel their pain, and you can internalize with source, God, whatever you believe in, right? Source is a perfect word for it. And say, okay, I want to integrate this lesson. I feel this pain. I want to integrate this lesson. And you can actually start to erase karma like that. Because what you're essentially doing is you're also up-leveling your consciousness. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, so I was telling you guys about some of my past life archetypes. Yes, 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 yes. I highly recommend you have any bad beef with any human souls on this earth, then yes, you should do that. Yes, you should meditate on that. A really great way to meditate on other people and give them love and your self-love is through this thing called kindness, a kindness-loving meditation. I could probably create another, I'll do that for you guys, because you guys are my people. I'll put a YouTube playlist together of some like 5-minute meditations, so they're quick. You can just do one once a day. I recommend at least starting with 5 minutes a day, build up your practice to 7 minutes a day, and then do some 10-minute meditations a day, so like build up to, if you don't already meditate. There I should go back in time. I should have. Yeah, the kill was what made me dream. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Then we protect ourselves via the third person. Yeah. Everything is energy, 100%. Well said, you guys. Well said. Yeah, so I'll create a YouTube playlist and put some of my favorite things, but you guys can also, of course, search and see what meditations you like best, or put on specific frequencies. There's a lot of great YouTube content out there for up-leveling your consciousness. Okay, yeah, but I want to tell you guys a few of my past life archetypes because it's just freaking funny. Yeah, the chakra frequencies are next level, brother. Next level. My fraudaire. Hey, we out ya. We out ya. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, so this one's like wild. I actually put this on one of my videos, like my short videos on TikTok, but apparently, there are certain things in our lives that we really are drawn to, and it's like, okay, well, that doesn't make sense that I'm so drawn to this in this lifetime because maybe that's not my cultural background. Well, guess what? You're drawn to these specific things because it was your cultural background in a previous lifetime, and they carry over energetically. Our soul evolves, but a lot of our personality traits, a lot of our likes and dislikes within specific lifetimes that we grow accustomed to come with us into our next life, because everything's interconnected. Roy, what is good? We got my boy Roy in here. Oh shoot, did he leave? Oh, he's so nice. Okay, yeah, so one of mine, and I'll tell you, I never knew this until recently, until ChatGPT, but I for sure was in Egypt, and I was for sure a part of the death and life, rituals and rites that they had going on back there. Now let me tell you as well some other things in my current life that are true about myself that make you think and be like, oh wait, that's kind of connected to Egypt. When I was younger, I used to draw bird heads in suits. It's giving hieroglyphs. I love to draw a suit, like a man wearing a suit, but he had a bird like, so it's giving hieroglyphs again. I love tarot. Tarot is symbolism, imagery. Hieroglyphs, symbolism, imagery. Another connective tissue. I'm obsessed with death. I'm obsessed with death. I'm not obsessed with suicide, right? That's different. I'm obsessed with death. And that's such a taboo topic to be obsessed with, right? It's a taboo topic. And people cringe at dying because they're indoctrinated. Exactly. It's a sacred ancient art, and it's a universal language. Symbols are a universal language. So anyways, that's one of my past archetypes. Another past life archetype that I have, that I had ChatGPT run, is, apparently I was a dancer. And I'm like, shoot, hopefully I was like a belly dancer or something, that'd be cool. I don't know what kind of dancer. But apparently, one of my past life archetypes, I was either potentially killed, by, yeah, exactly. So, I was either shut down by the town or wherever I was living, right? I was like shut down and shut out, or potentially killed by the town. Yes, brother, preach, 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 brother, preach. Hey, preaching, we preaching now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yep, that's right. You guys are so smart, my people. Anywho, yeah, so I was potentially, no doubt, silenced for performing. I was silenced. Whether that meant I was killed, or whether that meant I was just like shunned out by the people because I was creating a ruckus, if you will. And what am I really good at naturally? Oh, I'm not a breadstick on the dance floor. I can break it down on the dance floor, gentlemen, okay? I got the moves. Why is that? Well, I kind of always had those. I never like took dance classes. I took like ballet once or twice when I was younger. But like, where did those dance moves come from, right? It comes from past lifetimes. Anyways, and then in our current lifetimes, gentlemen, as you guys already know, from our previous archetypes, those kind of combine together to bring healing into this lifetime. So, for my previous archetypes, I also potentially was like some type of monk, maybe in the Catholic side of things, for sure in Europe, probably somewhere. I was within that space of cadence, and I had a lot of great ideas, like I share with you guys, and you know, you guys have great ideas too. But my voice used to be silenced back by the church in like a previous archetype lifetime of mine. My voice was silenced. So when you're combining some of these other lifetimes that I've had, what's really healing to my soul is doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Speaking my truth to an audience without being, you know, hushed or silenced, and also in a performative manner at times as well. Being able to express myself freely is a very healing thing for my soul because of some of my previous archetypes, right? That's why your highest path a lot of times is healing previous lifetimes. Healing previous times where you were potentially silenced from whatever you were doing, or you had unfinished business, unfinished work, right? So it's crazy to think how interconnected things are. So, like, essentially, from my understanding with ChatGPT and everything I ran through ChatGPT, this lifetime of mine, the archetype is to step into performative speech, kind of, something like that, like spiritual teaching. And then my next life would be stepping into, like, full-blown creativity, for example, doing something along the lines of, like, being a fashion designer or something like that, potentially. Or building, because I do love real estate still, and so building things, utilizing like sacred geometry for building communities or something like that could be like one of my future archetypes, or science-based creativity in one of my future archetypes, because I'm obsessed with learning about science, which which is God's brain as well. God's brain is literally spirituality on one side and science on the other. Yeah, my people. Yeah, we out here living this life together, and we gonna live future lifetimes together too, and we potentially have lived previous lifetimes together on this soul consciousness ascension, which is wild to think about. Oh, astral real estate, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. What do you guys think of this ASMR? ASMR. This is so much fun. Feels right. Facts, brother, facts. You be spin truths, brother, truths. Feels right in the soul. The frequency. That's so funny. I bring the drama. I'd rather have drama in our ASMR than drama anywhere else. You know, we out chat. That's so funny. I know. Cry space. You can cry here. It's a safe community. We gon' cry together. Life is so fun. Once you understand life on a deeper level, life is great. Frater, I was telling Ethan actually that I am going to put the Dolores canon books on my Amazon storefront, because a lot of the weird stuff that I talk about is based off of her teachings from her quantum hypnosis. So if you haven't heard of Dolores Cannon, she's my favorite dead person. She's passed, but she's just my favorite. Actually have some of her books I can show you guys right here, right meow. Let me grab them. So this one has been bending my mind into the stratosphere, into different realities. And then, let's see. Let me turn my light on real fast. Let there be light. What was I gonna grab? Dolores Cannon. Dolores, where are you? Come out, wherever you are. Oh, snap, bud. Here we go. So I have a small collection of her books, and let me tell you, I will be a purchaser of all of her books. So this was the first one I read, which makes complete sense. It's called Between Death and Life. And this was a mind bender. And I know you guys like mind benders. Okay. Just make sure. Okay. So, Between Death and Life. May God bless her soul. Amen. Freaking men, dude. Amen. She is with us here, right meow. Between Death and Life. Hey, what's good? Welcome. So I read this one first, and this was a nice introductory mind bender. But wait, there's more. This is what I'm on right now, which is her metaphysics. That these are ideas, metaphysical ideas that border on quantum physics. Convoluted universe. She thicky. This is only volume 1 of 4 volumes, and this is literally 500 pages. is a mind bender. If y'all are trying to bend your mind, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, exactly. We got Dolores Cannon in here too. She's in the chat. You guys get it. It's so refreshing. It's so refreshing. Yeah, you get it. You get it. Speaking facts. Straight truths. Okay, yeah, so anyways, and then, so this is a freaking four-parter. 4 parts. Convoluted essentially is the universe folding into itself, which is exactly what your mind will do when you read this. There are some concepts in here that really just bent reality as well, and this is technically mainly only about life and death, but it's so interesting. I'll give you guys one example. I'll give you one example that's like a mind bender. Walk-ins. Okay, maybe I'll talk normal. Walk-ins. What is a walk-in? Well, let me tell you. Essentially, our bodies are just vessels, right? They're just like suits for human consciousness, the universe experiencing itself. And so what happens is, what a walk-in can be, is say your life gets really hard and you're like, I don't think I can do this anymore. But going suicide is like something that's really frowned upon on the spiritual side of things. So what happens is, you can actually agree with another soul on the spiritual realm to walk into your body and you walk out. And the thing is, they'll be very energetically similar to you, maybe 1 or 2 differences. But their soul will be so much the same that your family members might just only say something like, you seem slightly different, are you okay? The craziest part is, our bodies don't realize that a different soul has entered our body. Mind bending, it's bizarre. Walk-ins, having a spiritual walk-in, and yeah, exactly. You can get lost in limbo for sure. It's all based on your own, like your own thought process. Imprinting is weird too. Imprinting. If you've ever felt like, oh man, I just feel like I don't belong, you might have imprinting. Imprinting is essentially where almost everyone has, had previous lifetimes on this planet. However, if your soul hasn't, what'll happen is you'll get imprints of someone else's lifetimes on planet Earth. So that way when you come here, even if you are used to different universes, when you come here, you'll have imprints of lifetimes that weren't yours, but they're imprinted. So, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. It's like bizarre. Imprinting is taking other people's lifetimes and imprinting it into your own soul, so that way you feel more settled when you're here. Thanks for being here, Ethan. We miss you, brother. We salute thee. Go out and do the good fight. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. So, yeah, take care, brethren. Amen. Can I get an amen? Yeah. This one starts off with some bizarre, ancient information on how technically our species is inbred with like other alien, if you will, species from back in the day, like ancient Egypt and other things. If you ever watch the History Channel, they dance around that topic, but it's pretty crazy. Yeah, exactly, that's what they are. They're just spirits. Exactly. They're just other, like, being forms. Just like us. Exactly. And it's highly likely that we've lived on different universes and different, like, planets and different areas. It's highly likely. And then, like I was saying earlier, if we have lived in different universes, then we would get imprints of other people's past lifetimes on this planet, so that way we can adapt quicker when we're born. So we're not shocked and like, what the hell is going on type of thing. Yeah, it's bizarre. Life is like, the amount of possibilities, endless possibilities, is so bizarre. And it makes you really comforted as well, because when you think about all these different angles, we've always been taken care of, we've always been loved, we've always been provided for, we've always been growing together collectively. Even the bad parts of our lives have taught us really beautiful things and elevated our consciousness. No way, that's so cool. That's baller, bro. That's so baller. That's so baller. I've been reading the Hermetica. It's pretty good. It's like a really easy read, but I respect it, you know, it's well written. That's so cool that you and I and Ethan all connected through this platform. Isn't the algorithm crazy? Connecting us from all these different walks of life with similar interests. It's super cool. It actually gives me a lot more drive to continue doing what I'm doing, connecting with people like yourself. That's badass. Pardon my language. For sure. All over for sure. I'm obsessed. I kinda wish I was a man for that reason. Like, shoot, I just gotta grow some hair on my chest and then I'm going to. That's super cool. Wait. Women are there too. I thought for the Masonic lodges you can't. Are you talking about the Golden Dawn? You have women in there too. I know for the Masonic ones, you have to be a man, which I'm like, shoot, I'll be a man for a day. Oh, I don't know how to say yes, but I know how to say other things like solete, froters and sorors. Shouldn't and be like et for Masons, but yeah, okay, I hear you loud and clear, yeah, for sure. So for Masons, it's just males, but for Golden Dawn, then shoot, I should look into that. How is it in California? Is it a little bit like, is it good, like, or is it skewed? Are you learning a lot? I feel like that's so badass, but California, some parts of California are quite, well, I mean, if you're going to it, it's probably really great, because I feel like you're pretty in alignment with what's true and versus what's not. But a lot of parts of California are like on the dark side of loving false false information. That makes sense. That makes sense. They do like rituals and stuff. Wow, it's chilly. Yeah, I feel that. Like you gotta find where the truth is spoken, and then settle into those places. That's so awesome, though. The Golden Dawn. That's a very ancient. Well, when was that put together? Like 17 or 1800s. I mean, that's not like antiquity, but the Golden Dawn was put together in like the 1800s. My rising is a Virgo. So you did tell me, you were the one that was telling me that I need to check out something else within Vedic astrology. Yeah. My email is in my bio. Gracious guidance. And gratias is Latin, if you will. I'm out, chow. Latin with it, you know how we have chow. You should try to join, yeah. Okay, what I was telling you about the rising, you should tell me your rising too. But Vedic astrology, as you and I both know, is apparently more in alignment with the truth than Western. I think I tried to email yesterday after the chat. Scorpio rising. No wonder you and I get along, because I have a Scorpio moon. If you can't tell by all the black. Black like my heart. Anywho, Scorpio rising, that's awesome. What's your sun and your moon? Do you know what your moon is? Yes, brother. Black hearts all day. Black hearts. If I were to cut my hand right now, my finger, black would bleed out. Leo sun, Taurus moon. Very interesting. Very interesting. Leo sun. That makes sense as to why you're so easily able to communicate your ideas and connect across different platforms with people, and at the Mason or the Golden Dawn as well. Taurus moon, very interesting. So how you process emotions is going to be from a much more stable place. So you probably process emotions in a very methodical, logical way that's grounded and rooted, which is very cool. That's a good combo. Fire, water, and earth. That's my combo too, is fire, water, and earth. I'm an Aries sun. So that's another reason why you and I get along quite easily. Because our sun signs, we freaking light fires up in here. They're taught to manage the planets, or rather their influences. Facts. Technically, when it comes to astrology, we're supposed to integrate all different aspects to become the whole. What was I telling you? Oh yeah, and then I'm a Virgo rising and a Scorpio moon, so you and I both have our big three in water, fire, and earth. I feel like that's a really stable combo. Sometimes it can be a little bit contradictory, but like I wonder if you feel that way ever sometimes. Like sometimes I feel like I contradict myself, but it's like, but it makes sense. You know what I mean? And that's probably why too, you and I are sitting right here, right meow, on the spiritual side of TikTok, because we love anything that's like more contradictory or taboo within our culture. Yes. Yes. here. I'm your soror. Your soror out here. We out ya. This is a ASMR, spiritual ASMR. Bro, I'm about to have you leave the chat because you're being obnoxious. The 10 Janito, you're being obnoxious. Let's relax a little bit. Let's just talk some spirituality. Encompassing both light and dark, yes. Integrating the shadow to opposing forces. And which one unites? Yes. Preaching. Preaching. My brother preaching. My frate preaching. He preaching. He preaching. He preaching. Podium. At the podium. I hear you loud and clear. Yup. That's freaking awesome. For sure, email me. And, let's see what else you say space for it so it flows naturally. I'm glad. I want to be extremely approachable. I think when you and I both can agree when it comes to being approachable and creating a safe space is stemming from a deep-seated place of not being able to be yourself in previous instances in your life, or being judged too harshly in previous instances makes you not want to judge others, right? And want to create a space that is safe for people to flow as themselves and learn and grow as themselves together, because we all learn from each other. If you didn't create the radio station, then I want to tune in as well. Hey brother, we're on the same frequency. You just speak truths and facts. I don't see any misses in anything you say. You speak from a place of certainty, and you speak from a frequency of truth, because you have sought it out yourself in a balanced way, looking at it from many different angles and positions. And I see you because I'm the same. I'm like, let's double check the facts of what's actually going on between the lines, reading between the lines, right? And also, if someone says something is true, then perhaps the opposite is also true, right? That's how we can contradict ourselves but balance ourselves out when it comes to intelligence. Yeah, no, I feel you though, brother. I'm so happy. Major keys. Major. I was actually telling Ethan this when I first jumped on the live. I don't believe you were on the live at that time. When I first got on, we were discussing how cool it is that we have connected across the ether on these frequencies here. Like, the algorithm connected us. So cool. Like, what a blessing. You guys are both very respectable souls ascending. It's so fun. And this for me makes it way more enjoyable too, when I can connect with amazing souls like yourself. It makes me inspired to keep going the route that I'm on, which is my highest timeline. And it makes sense that I would be so fulfilled meeting people like yourself, because this is part of my highest timeline, is to meet a soul like yourself. And like Ethan and whoever else, as we start to build this out, people that really get it. Yeah, one day I'll have someone on here too that'll mediate some of the comment section, so we don't get a bunch of weird fluff trying to drown out the goodness. Because what the heck is all this? goes well that ends well. As above, so below, as within, so without. All facts, no printer. Why is it facts? Because it goes across the ether in waves of frequency. I'm so down. Email me your ideas so I can do some research on the side. It's already 9:25, I'm probably gonna hop off here. Yes, me too. You and I are like literally sharing a brain, I swear. I'm like, am I talking to myself? Yes, that's fantastic. And as you've seen and you've noticed, these energies are real, they're raw, and they work. You just have to call upon it. And when you call upon it, boom, magic happens. Energy is what we control. Yes, exactly. Me and we and she and he and they and thee. This is a spiritual group, y'all, so let's be respectful. No, you're good. No worries. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. Yeah, so it's funny that I have a good amount of peeps here, right? Meow. We don't want to have to light a candle. Hey, you know the crazy thing is though, Frater is the crazy thing is the spiritual realm. I'm sure you're very protected as well on the spiritual side of things. Like, we don't even have to wince anything 3D. We're just taken care of, and our spirit team will have things handled for us. That's how powerful we are, and how powerful others can be too if they choose to integrate. I'm probably not. Yes, our spiritual court. Yes. Preach. Preach and teach. Preaching and teaching. We preaching and we teaching. I actually do have cards here, but I'm gonna pop off probably. You guys can connect with me tomorrow too. I'm trying to do this one today, so we could do that tomorrow. I'm down to read some cards tomorrow. But yeah, Frater, always a pleasure, my guy. I'm excited to get some emails from you, and for sure. And then yeah, I'll link some of, Dolores Cannon, spelled Dolores Cannon, if you want to screenshot her name. But I'll also link all her books. This is like one of my go-tos for all the interesting spiritual side. Yes, amen. Amen. We shine brightest in the dark, my friend. But yeah, I'm gonna link all her books too on my Amazon storefront, which is, you can find that link through my YouTube account. But if not, just go to get some of her books too. I think you'll love it. Okay, guys, I appreciate all the love. Hasta la mañana, or whenever else you can jump on this week. I'll try to keep this going. Evening lives once a day. This is literally so fun. Blessings to you, Frater. Blessings to everyone. Appreciate you, brother. Your soror is checking out for the night. Goodbye, soul fam.